It's the fucking birthday boy. It's the Mead for Metal podcast.
Language.
Man, that's a relic right there.
Oh, a fine fucking relic.
Pelican's got some bangers, but god damn, I've had City of Echoes. I think that came out in like 2013, I want to say. 2012, 13, something like that, right around Ataraxis. Man, City of Echoes is I'd kind of forgot about it, but man, I wanted to throw on something I hadn't heard in a while.
I thought it was their heaviest album since Nighttime Stories. I feel like Nighttime Stories is the heaviest album they've
That is their heaviest.
That is just that is goddamn.
I don't know what is that? Some about fire in our throats will thaw the frost or whatever the fuck that one is.
Yeah,
that one's pretty goddamn heavy too.
Yeah, Mescaline and goddamn, I can't remember the name. Mescaline and some, but that's my jam on that bitch.
Yeah, Pelican is man. If you're into some prog doom. Because that's about the only way I know how to put it.
With no lyrics.
Instrumental prog doom.
I mean, fucking that's it. That's perfect.
Some get with your lady music if she's the right lady.
Fucking perfect for me, man. It really is. I don't have to listen to lyrics. I can just groove.
Yeah.
And as you heard, Pelican love to downshift shit sometimes.
Oh yeah, should yeah.
Which is great.
So, not technically my birthday. We got another week to go, but I don't.
We ain't gonna be here.
I don't want to do this
I ain't
fucking
gonna be
thing. That's a huge day, not because of my birthday. It's a huge day because that's going to be the fucking Metallica release day for 72 Seasons.
It's a huge day because I'm getting a 29-inch pizza.
There is also that.
And ain't none of you motherfuckers invited to my pizza party. Well,
Ruben listens to this. He's coming.
All right, fuck it. Ruben can come. Jack can come. All right, fine. Krista, I mean, she's not here with us tonight, but she can come too.
Yeah, she was apologetic. She got family in town. Her mother and stepdad are in town. So it was like, oh yeah, no, we'll see you the next time.
Oh well, sound like everybody have family in town. Isn't that great?
Isn't that great?
Isn't that awesome?
Isn't that amazing?
I'm happy for her.
Yeah, dude. Fucking well, it's been just a bit, right?
3 weeks.
Was it 3? I felt like we skipped one where we should have done one, but I didn't want to.
Week.
But I didn't want to do this shit on my birthday either because of the Metallica shit.
It kind of works out.
Plus, I'm gonna have shit. I don't know. We're gonna have like half a dozen fucking people over here, so
we're regular partiers.
Kinda. I think they're mainly here for the pizza, and then Minnie will clear out and leaving probably about 4 of us to.
Well, that's why I'm charging $15 a head. It's going to be like instead of those fucking parties where you go and you like pay $5 and they give you a solo cup and there's a keg. Fuck that. $15. You get a paper plate, 1 napkin. Extra napkins cost more. And feel free to throw down on about 47 to 55 pieces of pizza.
Yeah, and if you don't have $15, maybe a classy over the top of the pants handy.
That's right, for the birthday boy.
Pat the bunny on the nose.
There are alternate methods of payment. We do not accept Apple Pay. We do not accept chime cards. We accept cash and hand jobs.
We certainly do not take anything from Cash App now.
That's right. You cash me outside.
Damn. That dude, did you hear about that? The CEO of Cash App got stabbed to death in San Francisco.
Is that who that guy was?
Yeah.
I had no idea who that. I saw the name.
He's one of these that, Joe Rogan would suck his dick all the time and stuff.
Well, that motherfucker got chapped lips for as much dick as he's been sucking.
No shit. But yeah, the Cash App CEO. And the guy, I don't think he was all that old. Fucking 30s, I think. 35.
Damn.
But yeah, stabbed to death, calls 911, dies while on the phone with 911.
Oh, you got to be kidding. My fucking morbid curiosity. Just like, huh?
Yeah.
Sure, that's on the internet somewhere.
Well, if it fucking is, I think that's some violation of the law, I'm sure.
Well,
that's still an active murder investigation.
They release 911 calls up.
After the investigation's done, don't they? Unless it's a part of the investigation.
I don't know. I'm not. I've only had to call 911 like 3 times in my life, and it was never for me.
Yeah. No, same.
Yeah. So yeah,
I take that back. I forgot about it. Actually, I did have to call it for me one time. My first wife was threatening to blow her head off.
Oh, I remember that story.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, she's in my bed. She's in the bedroom, and I hear a jack of shotgun shells. Like, oh, fuck this.
Like, fucking y'all, you coming for me or is that for you?
No, she was. I don't know.
God
Whatever.
damn.
Whatever. So I went in there, and that's the only time I've ever actually really struck a woman.
Well, that's acceptable because a smack from a shotgun slug is you get one.
Yeah.
And that'll do her.
Generally so.
Then you look like a goddamn monster from any Silent Hill fucking game.
Yeah. But, hey, man. Fun times. But, yeah, 911, no, not – that's – all you're doing then is immediately going, would you please send out a bunch of law enforcement to look into probably what my shady dealings might be otherwise. But
exactly.
Not a fun day.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Only time I've ever had to call him – well, I had to call him for my grandfather and my grandmother.
Oh, yeah, medical reasons.
The grandfather thing was a bit more of an emergency. The grandmother thing, I feel like if I just hadn't been woke up in the middle of the night to a 76-year-old woman holding her head profusely bleeding from it, I probably would have been able to deal with it and not have to call an ambulance. But
did they actually transport her for
that? Yeah, because, I mean, I was half asleep. This is when I was still taking care of my grandfather as well. So on top of that, calling him and calling the ambulance because my grandmother rolled out of bed and hit her head on some cast iron fucking old record holder that she has.
Damn.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking gnarly.
So that's why people didn't live a long time back then because, like cast iron everywhere you can crack your dome into.
Fuck yeah. I have an ashtray that has like some newspaper fucking slots in it.
Yeah.
All cast iron, all fucking straight out of like late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah.
Pretty dope. And ain't none of y'all can have it. It's mine. It's fucking mine.
You have a bunch of butter yellow or Pepto pink fucking appliances in the house. Or that weird seafoam green or whatever.
Oh, no. Thankfully not. No, all my shit's straight out of the 70s. So we got the yellow. The gas stove is that fucking weird cream canary yellow.
Yeah.
Turlet, everything else is fucking normal, fucking neutral, like cream white.
Okay. Well, that yellow is a little. That tells the story of some age.
Oh, absolutely. Unless they're like a 2-pack-a-day smoker in that house and it's naturally that color, you can tell a lot about an individual.
Man, I had a coworker go in. She had a rent house. She'd rented some dude that was he was a fucking chain smoker and eventually died. I don't think at the house, but that dude would basically go through blaze through like 4 packs a day.
God damn.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, he'd like sit there like one would get really, really low, and he's getting ready to butt it, thump it out or whatever whatever you smokers call it. But he would light a new cigarette with it and then put it out.
Wow, that. I don't know why, but hearing shit like that makes me feel like maybe I don't have an issue with that.
And I knew a dude that had a garage back in Illinois, though. He would smoke like 3 packs a day. But I use the word smoke a little loosely because you'd look down, there'd be like a fucking 4-inch ash on that cigarette,
Those always amazed me. Like, how the fuck can you... Because most people, that shit's fucking falling off on you, making you filthy. Then you got these fucking Keith Richard types that can fucking have like a 5-inch ash hanging off that motherfucker, still holding it and having a conversation.
Oh, well, don't get me mistaken. This guy ran a garage, so he would light a cigarette, get a drag or two, and then he'd go and dig around under the hood as he'd set it in an ashtray. The fucking cigarette burned down. He'd instead of going, man, I'm just going to have a quick look, then he'd find it, right? And then he would just keep working and shit like that. You'd look over and it's like, God damn, this dude like had what, a puff off of this cigarette? And he's smoking 3 packs a day. But smoking, I don't know, he's lighting 3 packs a day.
God damn, incense is cheaper.
Yeah. God damn, old Mr. Martin.
Oof. A little bit more enjoyable.
But, yeah, man, that's fun times.
Fucking A. And hey, we're back. We're here. It's April.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
New sponsor for the show. It's a Rattlesnake Cable Company out of Missoula, Montana.
Fine equipment.
They're not actually sponsoring this shit, but I will fucking endorse the shit out of those guys.
Absolutely.
If you're looking to get off cheap on cables, that's cool, but you also know what you're getting. And you're going to be changing those cables out like every couple of years.
Yeah.
Because they will inevitably get a short in them. They're going to suck. But one little crimp and they're done, These are a little different. It's a bizarre company with customer service that you only imagine might have been back in the good old days or some shit.
That is some like to your door. Granted, it is fucking digitally, but
I put the order in, and then did I talk about this last show? I know I got a little deep on some gear.
Don't ask me, bro.
But I'll go quick. So I put the order in. I get an email going, "Hey, thanks for the order." And like an hour and a half later, I get "Hey, we're making your cable now." I'm like, what?
Really?
And then like hour and a half after that, "Hey, we're taking it to the post office now, so we'll let you know what the tracking number is, when it becomes available to us." So it's like, oh, well, that's crazy. I got 3 emails for one guitar cable. Fair. I thought, well, man, if it ends there, that's a fucking good day. No, it doesn't end there. Because then later that night, the owner of the company, Hank Donovan, sends me a fucking video thanking me for, doing business with him. And it wasn't like this, like, "Hey, I'd like to thank you for using our..." No, he's like, "Hey, Kevin, what's going on, man? Just letting you know, we got your guitar cable in the mail to you today. Hope you get it sometime early next week. Anything you need cable-wise, just let us know." Blah, 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 blah.
That's how I would do it. Be like, "Thank you very much, Kevin Robbins, for picking up our kick-ass cable today. We hope it finds you well. And once again, thank you again, Kevin Robbins."
But yeah, man, and that shit did. And it arrived on like a Monday. I ordered that shit like Friday afternoon. It arrived on Monday. And
that's pretty kick-ass. That's pretty kick-ass.
They threw a bunch of extras in. Basically, I gave them a testimonial, even though they didn't ask. And then they send me like, "Hey, bro, here's a 20% off fucking thing to use," and it has no expiration, just whenever you want to use it.
That's all right.
Yeah, and it is, because I'm going to be changing out the cables for the podcast. So
right,
I'm going to have them make us some XLRs, which they don't usually keep those in stock, but they'll just make them. So
what colors did they have? They had like purple.
Yes, they do.
I want purple.
I'll fight you, because we need red or green.
I want special order purple.
But the one I went with for my guitar cable, because they do your standard cables, but they also do the ones that are actually, with braided covering around them. And those are their snakehead cables.
Yeah, it's like some shit straight out of Cyberpunk that's around that thing.
Yeah, it is. And it's copper as well. So that's, yeah, it's really something. But
and very aesthetically pleasing as
well.
And
lifetime warranty. Now, if that thing fucks up ever, I just get a hold of them, and that's it.
That's all right.
And I feel like they're going to stand behind theirs. Music Center didn't do that, or Guitar Center rather. I don't know if that. I'm not sure if the music catalog, the online, was that one of those, but I do know Guitar Center. So they contracted with some company that had a lifetime warranty until they didn't. And then, so you take your guitar cables back to Guitar Center, like, "Oh yeah, we don't do that anymore." It's like, but it says lifetime warranty. They're like, "Oh yeah, well, the company doesn't offer that anymore, so we can't."
So what the fuck?
Like, oh,
so
lifetime, kind of. But
doesn't Craftsman still have that shit? Like, you buy one of their wrenches and that wrench breaks, you can take that bitch back to a Sears if you can find one.
You can't find one. But
like their fucking monkey wrenches have lifetime fucking guarantees. That if one breaks, you take it back where you bought it, you get a new one.
Somebody took over Craftsman from Sears, but they kind of divested it. Because I know Ace Hardware carries Craftsman shit, so you can probably still do that there, probably. But I'm here to tell you though, the fucking Rattlesnake Cable Company, they're expensive. I'm not going to lie to you. I got like a 15-footer, and I think it's like $76.
Not on.
Well, it's going to be $30 if I buy a cheap one. So what the fuck? So I spend double.
That's true, and now you're good.
I'll never have to worry about that guitar again.
Yeah. No, that's you pay a little extra for the peace of mind of knowing that that's going to be your cable for good.
Kind of a weird one. We went off for about 5 minutes talking about this company that's not giving us a dime, but
they love Rattlesnake. I want a purple one, please.
These cats are all right, and they keep touching base and shit like that too.
Fuck yeah.
Not like daily, but it's like once a week. "Hey, bro, just checking in." I'm like, wow, far out.
Damn, it's like what Sweetwater used to be back in the day.
Back in the day, well, although Sweetwater
getting better.
Sweetwater would pester you a bit though. If you got a really, really like a really excitable salesperson, they're going to call you like every other week. "Hey, so how's things going?" It's like, "Man, I ain't dumping it. I just bought a $600 amp. I ain't buying shit for a while."
I know. Like, I had bought that, I can't remember. It was either $150 or $199, $200 that orange combo app.
Yeah.
And
That's what you gave Ruben for
that's
Christmas.
that's currently resting in the arms of a proper metalhead. And right after that, god damn, like 2 weeks nonstop.
Yeah.
Which the first one I answered like, yeah, man, I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's great. It's great. Thanks a lot. We're done here.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're not. I think that was when it was still Wayne too.
Yeah. Well, and guess who doesn't work in the sales department anymore? He moved
Wayne.
up to like customer relations and some supervisory position. It's because of the grind like that.
Yeah, sales fucking blows, man.
This kid I got now from Sweetwater that's handling my shit because I had to change out my dude. I don't know that I mentioned that on the podcast. I probably didn't.
I don't know. It has been talked of
Yeah.
a time or two, but I can't remember if it's been through these mics.
I'll just recap that shit real quick too. They assigned me a guy after Wayne got promoted, and this guy called me. I want to say one time in the space of like 2 years, one time, and I would try to call him, and I'd only get his voicemail, exclusively voicemail. And then he would text back like an hour later. It's like, hey, what do you have in mind? Was there something I can help you with? It's like, why don't you fucking return a call like a goddamn human being, motherfucker?
You fucking call, and then an hour later you get that. You got to reciprocate in kind with how you were contacted.
Not this
right?
cat. Text or email was all he wanted to do. Didn't want to talk to you. And I'm like, well, fuck you. So I called Sweetwater. Like, oh, yeah, no, that's not good. We'll get you another guy. They never got me another guy. That was after like a year.
Right.
I put up with another year of this. It's like, and I was buying some gear off of like Amazon, not nothing big, but I was like, I don't want to use Amazon for my fucking point of purchase for music gear because they're not going to have this shit I actually want.
Sure.
Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But it's going to be retail, same as anybody.
Right.
And so I finally got a little drunk one night and called Sweetwater at like 6 o'clock at night, 7. Well, I'm a guy that goes to bed real early, by the way. So for those of you who go, 6, motherfucker. Yeah, that's kind of a late evening for me. But yeah, so I call up. I get the, whoever who's handling the directory there or whatever. And I explain my whole situation. She gets apologetic. I was like, no, it's fine. I just want somebody I want to do business with Sweetwater, and I can't do business with this guy. She's like, I got a guy in mind for you. And she sets me up with this guy, Logan. And that guy, he does not call the shit out of him. He'll call once every 6 weeks, maybe.
That's not bad.
It's not.
For someone who's an active guitar player and musician, that is not bad.
He is a wise little dude, though, because he calls me on Fridays. And most of this country gets paid on Fridays.
Calls on every Friday or the first of the month, depending on who it is.
Yeah. No, if it's like the first Friday of a month, whew, I'm getting a phone call. I guarantee you. But yeah, it's much improved, and I can do business with Sweetwater again.
Fuck yeah, man.
And I have. Actually, I didn't buy shit when that guy was there. Because the Guild, I went from having my Guild 8-string.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't buy anything from them because this one asshole was handling it, and I refused to do business by text, Well,
of course, man. It's not like you're buying strings and that's it.
And it's like, yeah, and I could order it online through their site, but he's going to get the commission, and I didn't want that.
Fair
because
shout.
I'm a vengeful cunt. That's what it is.
Hey, you don't want to wrong these motherfuckers right here.
But the next thing I bought from them was that Strymon pedal, that Sunset.
Fuck yeah.
And that was from Logan. So I didn't use this other guy one time because he's a fucking terrible salesperson. Like, how are you still there? It's like you got to be one of the worst at your job in that entire fucking warehouse of music there, that industrial complex of tunes. But here we are.
Here we are. Always been here.
God damn, we've gone a little deep on equipment talk more than I expected. And now Brandon's out of beer, so now I got to fill.
Right, I'm fucking leaving.
I got to fill. Yeah,
all right, bud.
Trust me, man. I can actually talk for like an hour and not actually say anything. It's a gift for everyone around me. It's a gift. But yeah, I don't want to shop with Amazon for my music gear because that's not what Amazon does. It's a standalone company. Even standalone companies that sell nothing but music gear suck, like Guitar Center, or American Music Supply. Although those guys actually have never done me wrong.
What about Musician's Friend?
Musician's Friend's kind of they're okay, but they are direct competition to Sweetwater, so I always use measured speech when I'm talking about them.
Ooh.
I don't want Sweetwater to send a bunch of goons after me.
Yeah, fuck that. Competition means they're at least doing something decent too.
Guitar Center, no, not Guitar Center.
Musician's
Friend is. I have bought headphones through them before, and they're fine. Their customer service is what you expect. And that is a confirmation email, and then a box comes in. Ain't nobody calling you.
The bare minimum.
They're not going to check up and make sure that everything went good on your order. They're not going to do that. They're not going to give you the Rattlesnake Cable Company treatment.
Hey, you know what? That's fair shout, dude. Fucking putting out that type of service. That's all right.
It is a little weird, man, and I feel like this weird old guy thing kicking in. Like, man, them kids know how to do business. Like, I've never actually had that kind of customer service. I hate to keep stroking them, but it's so baffling to me. Like, well, fucking, I will never buy a cable from anybody again if it's other than you ever.
Hey, well, that's one less fucking problem to have.
And I think customer service goes a long fucking way.
It does. It really does.
Sweetwater has proven it. If you have somebody that's good at customer service, you're going to have a good experience and you're going to keep spending with them. If you have a guy that's a real shitheel, well, you got me. I don't spend a lot of money at Sweetwater. I want to say $1,000 a year. Some years more, some years less.
Yeah, but I mean, that's still a pretty healthy amount.
But I went through 2 years of spending $0 with them. No ducats, no Doge coin, whatever.
No bags
the fuck it is.
of candy
Doge
in the
coin.
mail.
Yeah, none of that. But as soon as the day I get a new fucking a new salesman, I immediately put an order in.
There you go.
If for nothing else,
Gotta
just to be a
test the
great
waters.
big middle finger, to the other guy.
And big shocker there, you actually got the fucking service that you're used to.
Yeah, and I don't want to mention that guy's name because it would they'd take issue and
Dick Hole.
Probably.
That's with two E's at the end.
Now it's my turn.
Goddamn, now I got to fill. Yeah. So, what the fuck are you idiots up to, huh? Me? Me? I'm just on beer number 3. About to be, I'm sure that number will be 13 by the time I'm done.
So I have a weird relationship with television. An unhealthy one, actually, when it comes to one program.
Price is Right.
That's exactly right.
Oh, fuck. Hey, goddamn.
First of all, when I say this, you're going to fucking go, what kind of crazy person would still be watching this if they have this many issues? I am that crazy person. Because I can't stand Drew Carey, so naturally I'm going to tune in to the fucking game show that he hosts. Because I feel it refills my rage tank for the day.
Oh, yeah.
Because you got him, who laughs at his own jokes incessantly. You know who else doesn't? I don't know, Steve Harvey. Fucking anybody doing their own game shows. Drew Carey will laugh at Drew Carey's jokes.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. That is just...
And he looks like a guy that would have to file for being a pederast, right?
Back when he was fat.
I think he looks creepier now. They did make him get rid of that fucking goof-ass beard that he had.
I was going to say, it's like he's trying to roll like a David Letterman type of beard or something.
Yes, he was.
And
apparently,
like shit.
Apparently CBS went, no, you don't. Pandemic's over, bitch. Get back to work.
Yeah, guess what, motherfucker? Our fucking game show hosts do not have beards.
No.
Good day to you. Alex Trebek had a mustache. That's about as far as it fucking went.
Well, that's because he's Canadian.
Well, fucking Steve Harvey doing Family Feud got a and now you also got to be able to have a fucking proper mustache. Steve Harvey has a proper mustache.
Yes, he does.
Alex Trebek did till he got rid of it, and it took him about 3 years to get used to it.
Yeah, man. That was kind of a weird scene right after he got rid of it, right?
Yeah,
like,
it was.
Whoa, what's up with this?
But
it's like
now,
when Rush cut their hair.
Now I only remember the mustache Alex Trebek, like just, I think of the one without one before I think of the one with.
Really? Well, because he did grow one back in after a while, but it came in gray. So if you're not really looking at your TV all that closely, it doesn't look like he has one. But yeah, God dang, it's been like, 2 years since that guy died now, huh?
Been a bit.
Man. But so anyway, my problem with Price is Right is Drew Carey. I don't like him. I don't like his humor. I don't like his bullshit wearing suits and fucking tennis shoes. I don't like any of that shit. Here comes the old guy. I don't like their goddamn contestants that come on there. They're like, hey, so what are you going to bet on this set of China? Chick goes, $800. Next chick goes 801. The third one goes hot damn 802. And the last one's like, are you fucking serious? 804. I actually witnessed that shit this week. And it made me immediately angry. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
Doesn't it feel like sometimes that shit is planned?
It's like, is contestant 2 and 3, are you two fucking idiots?
Have you not seen the show? Did these motherfuckers not get vetted to be like, oh, well, you're a fan of Price is Right? Well, that's kind of important.
And there are problems I have. There are 2 contestants I have a real problem with once they win. It's the woman that screams almost to a level of a dog whistle, but unfortunately a little bit below that frequency to where I can hear it, and it's piercing. I hate that. And big frat boy looking cunts that start screaming "Let's go" over and over and over and over again, about a good solid 8 times.
No, see, I would do like the Chris Jericho thing, just fucking drink it in, just be like, yeah, that's right, applause me, bitches, I did it.
I would give the double fist right on top of the pockets, kaboom, blow up, you know.
I'd do a crotch chop.
That's it.
Maybe a Stone Cold Stunner.
I would give myself one slap on the ass for an attaboy.
I would just stick my ass out to everybody asking them to slap it and see who actually did it. Because that's when they're asking you back.
You know, and the thing is, too, everybody that gets on there, realistically, they want to play one game.
Oh, Plinko.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, why are we here? Or the hole-in-one game. I'm cool with that one, too.
That one's
because
okay.
I feel like I could get the prices right enough to where my ass would be fucking, I was about to say batting, golfing from like either the last line where you get the cash bonus or the line right before it.
I don't know about a putter, but anybody got a billiard cue.
That's right. This ball better be pink and my putter better be made of plastic because I've only done miniature golf.
Now, don't you think, though, on Plinko, that it's very random? I mean, who the fuck knows what's going to happen when that thing comes down hitting pegs? It could bounce anywhere.
It's a big-ass pachinko board.
Everybody now, if you watch, they all line up as you watch the TV to the right of that Plinko board and drop it in at an angle. Hey, you know what? Once in a while, somebody hits 10 grand. Sometimes somebody hits 0. Sometimes they hit 500. Sometimes they hit 1,000. It's varying. In other words, it's pretty goddamn random. Yeah. It feels like you could drop that shit anywhere. You're still going to get the same result.
And it's the one Price is Right game that you can't play at home unless you know how to fucking build a proper Plinko board.
Unless you're a little crafty.
All the shits that you could get to be like, hey, here's a Plinko board. It's about a foot long. And you put your little shit in and go, bam, 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 bam. Hey, nah, fuck that. It's got to be something you got to scale.
You got to really commit some, get rid of some furniture in lieu of.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
And you light that bitch up. You got to have lights. Lights are important.
I've given thought, too, previously of getting rid of the couches in here and getting a pool table,
Goddamn.
Like, well, where would we sit? Well, that's the problem.
I don't sit.
Yeah,
this is about the only time I really sit in this house.
You're like the only one, though.
That's right. Everybody else is weird.
Everybody else sits down because they're fucking normal.
Because they're fucking weird.
Well-adjusted human beings.
Yeah, whatever. I ain't met one yet here.
But you also find on the Price is Right, though. So then they have the range game. So it's got like this thing,
yes,
prices from like some low end to some high end. And this thing keeps moving up and you stop it. And
it's like a $1,500 range or something, right?
And if it's, I don't remember. But the problem is this game is stupid. I've never seen it outside of the exact middle of that fucking thing.
I've caught it occasionally where it's been right on the lip.
A little higher, a little lower?
No, like that. Like they've caught it like they stopped it.
Oh,
by
the
like
contestant,
50,
sure.
yeah.
But I mean, where they have to stop it is almost always.
Yeah.
It is 40 to 60.
Sure. Yeah, really, if you focus on just where you're at on that board, you probably got a really good shot versus focusing on the money. That like, oh, how much is it? Oh, God, I have no idea. They got to let this shit eat up some time. They're not going to put it right at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I've seen that happen. Motherfuckers like, all right, hit that button right there. Oh, shit. All right. You think that's worth $3,000?
Yeah.
Well, let's look at this brand new car. Oh, sorry, bitch.
Sons to bitches.
Well, we better we bullshitted enough here.
Yeah, but
we got
to wrap it up. The one fun one though on the Price is Right. that I love seeing happen is like when they get like a rather portly lady or fellow, and it's the one where you got to run and like move these products around and put them in the right category,
and then go and like
go
pull
back
that
over.
lever.
Yes.
And I feel like that's the same fucking machine they had back in the 70s. Too.
I mean, it's usually athletic people that get that one, but once in a while you'll see some chubster like, oh,
yeah,
right.
man, this bitch better get it right at least on the second try, or else she's done.
Yeah,
It's just the fucking big wheel after that.
So Brandon just gave me the heads up. So the price is wrong. It's time to get the lowdown on what's going down in metal with LJ.
Watch the language, little boy.
Welcome one, welcome all to the metal portion of the Mead for Metal podcast. I'm LJ, and today we've got some delectable, lip-smackingly good, not God-smackingly good, but lip-smackingly good fucking metal coming your way. So let's take a look at our little list and see what kind of new releases are out this week. So, fellas and girl in the Mead Hall, all of you, I don't know who's going to be there because I'm not there. This is recorded in advance. Get ready to discuss and be disgusted by some of these selections. Let's get down to business, folks. I was going to say let's get down to brass tacks, but I don't want to waste all my metal puns because some of them are gold. Fuck you, you suck! Crickets, man. All right, let's get down to business. So the first band on this list, or group, whatever you want to call them, the Dropout Kings with the album Riot Music. Now, check this out. This is a new thing that's happening, I guess, because I'm that out of the loop with music and shit. They're combining trap music and metal. This is like new metal, but like with today's generation and shit, but it actually is pretty fucking dope. And I heard the song Riot Music, watched the music video, and I was rewinding it and watching it over just because I like the shit that we're saying in it. I would actually do this kind of music if I didn't have to play guitar and sing at the same time. I would totally fucking rap and play guitar, but yeah, it's very difficult. So props to these motherfuckers. They got some awesome music. I actually really like how violent it was. It's some heavy shit. So if you like angry ass music or are having a really bad day, then this is exactly what you need to listen to. It's fucking awesome. Props, you guys. Good job, Dropout Kings. We're starting this fucking list off fresh, dude. Fresh as shit. Baseball bat with the nails in it. All right, let's move on. All right, next up is Raider, R-A-I-D-E-R, and the album is called Trial by Chaos. Now, here's the deal. I don't know what genre this band is, if they're black metal, thrash metal, or extreme metal. Probably extreme metal. Either way, normally I would give a band like this a shit review, but honestly, sometimes it only takes one song in order to get me invested. And I can tell you right now, I listened to about 2 of them, and I'm sold. I think this is an extreme fucking band that I would love to jam to if I was ever, like, needing that kind of power in my life. And sometimes I just gravitate towards the faster shit. So if you're into something that's pretty intense and has, like, this death metal type of squeal and roar at the same time, this is what you're looking for. Trust me, it is very heavy. See, this is a good list. Good job, Loudwire. You're actually doing your fucking jobs. Next up is Powerwolf with the album Interludium. I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, it's folk metal, and it's pretty fucking cool. If you ever want to pretend that you're on a Viking ship, sailing over icy waters and spearing civilians, this is probably the soundtrack you'd choose for it. Although I don't know how many tracks would last through that entire endeavor, but the song I listened to is pretty cool. So, yeah, this sounds pretty worthy of your selection. So pull that sword out of the stone, or CD out of the store, or just download the fucking thing. All right, next. Next is Sunrot with their album The Unfailing Rope. And it sounds like I just made that shit up, but I promise you I didn't. It's this really heavy, doomy sounding band, and I really like them, honestly. I was browsing around these lists at random, and sometimes you just stumble on a band that's like, wow, they don't look anything like they would perform this kind of music. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. And it's funny, too, because it's, like, really dark, evil fucking music. And the comments, there was one comment that was like, yes, great poop. And I was like, can't you say shit? You're a grown adult. We're all adults here. Some good shit. Shit. I just said shit. All right. I'm single-handedly making this podcast go down in quality by repeatedly yelling the word shit. So let's move on with some more new shit. So while we're on the topic of heavy albums, the next band is called Low. L-O exclamation point, sorry. And the album name is called The Gleaners. the Gleaners. I don't know why that's the name, but it is. This is how I select songs. Or albums. I just go with whatever looks interesting in it. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't. If it sucks, then I don't tell you about it. Anyway, it's the perfect soundtrack to going to a cocktail party, a formal cocktail party, and just clotheslining the shit out of everyone you see until a gigantic mosh pit erupts between you and the hired security. Yeah, that kind of shit. I'm getting that kind of vibe. Cocktail party mosh pit fights. All right. Let's move on. So, those are the selections for this week. I hope you guys enjoy them, but we're not done because I still have to give you my album of the week. That's right, bitches, I didn't forget. And this time, we're going a little bit old school because we always do whatever the fuck I want. And this week, we're going to have another one of my favorite albums of all fucking time recommended to you guys, and it is by Slayer, since we're listening to such heavy music on this list, and the album is Seasons in the Abyss. I don't know about you guys, but I personally think that this is Slayer's best album. Everyone always goes on about Raining Blood, but honestly, or Rain in Blood, honestly, I think that one just sounds like one long-ass song from beginning to end. A really good song, a little muddled in the middle, but a really good song. But anyways, yeah, that's my selection, Seasons in the Abyss. Go check it out, and also check out the bands on this list. I think you'll be very happy. That's all I got for this week. Take care, and I will see you next time. See ya! Oh, and don't forget, next week, next Friday actually, Metallica drops 72 Seasons on our asses, so I hope you're prepared for that. If you guys are ready for it, let me know in the comments. See ya! For reals this time.
What just make your food fresh? At Taco Bell, then you feel your taste buds tingle. Taco Bell, Taco Bell. For a tasty enchilada, tostadas and tacos made up fresh at Taco Bell. Put a smile on your face. Taco Bell. Everybody loves the taste. Taco Bell. 'Cause we're the fast food place. Taco Bell.
Is gasoline rationing imminent? A report at 11.
Dropout please. Move back up. Fucking angry.
All right, five more seconds. Just 5.
That's heavy. LJ fucking called it on that one, huh?
It reminds me of... Fuck. I want to say reminds me of Head PE. Head Planet Earth.
Because when you're getting like a lot of those that are that had that like hard that metal and hard rap.
Yeah, that was
mashup.
goddamn. I
Head
can't
PE just played Lubbock like last week, right?
Yeah, fucking. I think Ruben was there.
I think he did. Yeah, I think he went.
And went there, and Taproot was fucking there. That was actually one I was really like, fuck, man, Taproot, really?
Okay.
Because I really enjoyed Taproot back when they were a thing.
I hadn't thought of those cats in a long time.
I could name 2 of their songs. That's about it. But, and apparently he was bummed out because Edema was there too.
What?
Yeah. And the front man wasn't the front man he remembered.
Well,
it was actually, if I have it right, it's the front man of Orgy.
Yeah.
The How Does It Feel to Treat Me Like You Do people.
Yeah, that shit's bound to happen. Especially if you've ever been a fan of Corrosion of Conformity over the years.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a band that's been around more than 30 years and they're not like an institution, be ready for some changes. Even Megadeth, who I guess are an institution in some way, it's the Dave Mustaine show.
Man, talk about some weird redemption. So Dave Ellefson was on somebody's fucking podcast, and they'd asked him about when what was that record that dropped after Dave left the band?
The first time?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
It wasn't Ride the Lightning, right?
No, that's Metallica.
Or no, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Metallica. I'm sorry.
I thought you said Megadeth.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about Dave Mustaine.
Oh, yeah, no, that was yeah, you're absolutely right.
So, yeah, they asked Dave Ellefson, said, so what happened when Metallica dropped Ride the Lightning? And apparently fucking Dave Mustaine was, like, inconsolable.
Fuck that asshole. He gets paid because of that album, man.
Yeah, but it was, I don't know, but that's the thing. And a lot of your Megadeth fans are going to say, man, Megadeth has been better than Metallica for most of that period of time until lately. And they'd be probably right to some degree. I love the Black Album. I don't mind saying it,
Even the people that say they hate the Black Album, they fucking love it. They're just assholes.
Now, Load and Reload and, and then...
I call them the other assholes, the ones
Saint
that don't
Anger,
like those.
You got to admit that you've got to kind of be a specific fan to dig all of that.
Sure, absolutely. And it really depends on when you said, man, I'm going full bore Metallica. When I did it, it happened to be 1995.
Yeah.
And
I'm about as casual as you get. I started listening to the Black Album. I was in Okinawa in the early 90s. And I thought that was one that I'd played the shit out of it. Loved the Black Album.
Yeah.
That was
of
it.
Course.
That was it. It's not like I was a boy. I was like, well, that's it. I'm a Metallica fan now. Because I'm just not. And I'll always be, I'm a moderate fan now. But I'll never be a big, like, man, we got to go see Metallica, man.
What do you think of the shirt, motherfucker?
Oh, yeah, from last year's show, yeah.
Yeah, back when shit was normal.
But, man, I checked out. So all through Load and Reload and Insane Anger. Wasn't in on any of that. I actually laughed about it because I heard how terrible Saint Anger was. And I did give that actually a few listens with some friends in Rodoso or whatever. And yeah.
The funny thing is, 20 years later, I can find a few qualities. I really can.
Okay.
A few.
Right. Let's not fucking blow our heads up about it.
But Saint Anger deserves everything it gets.
Yeah.
Both positive and negative.
Sure.
And it's Bob Rock's fucking fault. And I'm glad they got rid of that piece of shit after Saint Anger. Well, that motherfucker just came in and made them all millionaires.
Yeah.
But also kind of turned him into a joke near the end. Then Rick Rubin was doing the Death Magnetic thing.
Yeah, well, that's where I was going next.
Fucking brought it back.
But that was the thing, is that I was really starting to get into some heavier shit. And a lot of heavy shit like that I didn't realize was called folk metal at the time. I called it Viking metal, but it turned out
that's what I called it too, yeah.
But I was kind of getting into a real heavy turn of things. And one dude went, hey, man, well, what do you think of Death Magnetic? And I said, I've never heard of them. And he said, well,
was that some new British pop group?
He said, well, it's Metallica's new record. And I was like, oh, no shit. I was like, well, man, I haven't liked shit from those guys since the Black Album. So, to be honest with you, and he's like, well, you might want to check this out. Because considering what you're into now. This dude, this is my friend fucking Trevor, who's in fucking prison because he's an idiot.
All right, a felon.
Yeah. You remember this jackass I told you about, the Amarillo cocaine bunch of shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Amarillo cocaine.
Yeah. Yeah, fun guy. But that was the discussion was about all that, and so I checked out Death Magnetic, and I thought, oh well, now I can get into this because that really hit me like pre-Black Album Metallica,
and it was the ultimate apology album for, in my opinion.
So the fun thing is, I got to just jump in and enjoy that shit without having to suffer.
Sure, but it's at a great time for like fucking being like, all right, I'll follow what Metallica does now.
Well,
and not even like really big, even like right now, 72 seasons coming out on your birthday. If it were me, I probably wouldn't go anywhere. I'd just get blackout drunk on my own and just listen to it like a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Not that I was drinking when I was 12.
No, so hold on.
That would be wrong.
That'd be wrong. I don't want anybody from CYFD or whatever.
Yeah, well, maybe I do.
Children, Youth, and Families.
That's right.
Division.
Whose childhood is best? Well, you know what?
I had a weird comment from a waitress.
Ooh,
if we're just getting fucking crazy tonight.
Well, all right.
I went down to one of our local eateries, and I had made a reference to the person I was out to lunch with. These people got up and left, and it's right. It's on the. It's on our it faces our courthouse, and
okay.
And they're getting up and leaving, and I say, hey, I said, you can always spot lawyers a mile away, huh? And this waitress comes up and she goes, yeah, especially when you got like an agent and from CYFD and a police officer and a lawyer is there. You know exactly who it is that's packing the law degree. Like, okay, I would like to start with a logger. I mean, how do you like? What an odd flex,
shit.
Right?
That is a different type of day right there.
Man, we need to probably start talking about this big card. I know we dropped the MMA side of the whole thing, but we also told you assholes that we're not going to not talk about big shit, and we have a big UFC card coming up tomorrow.
We only chat about this shit when it speaks to not only our hearts but our pocketbooks.
This is actually a solid card,
Sure.
All of it. They don't even have a fluff fight in there. Because the one that you would think might be the fluff fight is not. It's going to be a great fight.
I view the fluff fights in this one as the fighters. I have no idea who they are.
Well, there are none of those on the main card.
I don't know. If you don't have a Wikipedia page, I don't know who you are.
Okay. So let's go and start there. We start the card, UFC 287?
287.
And it's going to be that Raul Rosas Jr., who was born in Clovis, but now comes in with sombreros and...
That explains that jawline. It's very Cro-Magnon.
Yeah, there you go. Clovis man.
Yeah, that stinks of the 88101.
Well, anyway, but the dude
Sorry, Clovis
moved
fans.
to somewhere, I don't know, El Paso or maybe somewhere in southern Arizona.
He got
maybe,
the fuck out.
But yeah, he got out. But dude's a beast. I mean, eventually he'll have to fight somebody of note. He's not fighting somebody of note. That's where Brandon's joke is, that his opponent does not even have a Wikipedia page. So
that's a very pedestrian fucking mentality to have, but it's also a true one.
It's true, and it's on a pay-per-view. So if you're getting fucked, it's that fight.
And to keep it in perspective, Raul Rosas Jr. don't have one either. This motherfucker is fighting on a main card on a pay-per-view.
Well, he should have one.
I feel like after this he will.
Well,
this will be his second fight in the UFC, third fight overall for Dana.
It's actually silly that he doesn't, because that guy won a fucking Contender Series.
Yeah, but
contract.
Again, there's not a lot of motherfuckers like name two more that have like gone on to do great things.
That fucking wrestler cat that I fucking had to bring back twice. Bo Nickel.
Yeah. Very recent.
Yeah. Oh yeah, well, you betcha, to go Midwestern on you.
But I mean, that's my point. It's like and that season was one like fucking it. If you had an impressive decision win, you're getting a job.
Didn't the Dawkins brothers go through that shit too?
The Dickus,
Dick House,
Chris and George Dickus. I think they did. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, those two. But
I could be wrong.
I don't know, man. Contender Series is fun. They do usually throw those cats they throw them right to the flames.
I feel like they're feeding fucking this crescent moon fighting motherfucker a guy that he can murder again. Why put him on a fucking pay-per-view opening that bitch up only to get smashed by a vet?
Because he's the youngest fighter in the UFC, and I think they've decided that this needs to be the youngest champion.
Yeah. And with the way this motherfucker is already fighting with I would say, not just as much hype as Cam's at, but like about 3/4 of the hype.
I think that hype is there.
This motherfucker is legitimately. He don't have to fight every fucking week, but he is fighting every 3 to 4 months.
Oh, you're talking about Kamzat, the guy that cried like a little bitch because he thought he was going to die because of coronavirus.
Calls out everybody but fights nobody.
And then suddenly he's back again.
Yeah.
What a Dagestani thing to do.
Talking shit.
He's from Dagestan.
How weird. Yeah, I got Rosas, especially since that other motherfucker blew weight. I can't pick a guy that blew weight.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Then we got Kevin Holland going against Santiago Ponzinibbio.
Now, here's the thing, is that this one's a straight-up fucking veterans fight. And I hate to say it, I think whoever loses this is probably going to retire after that fight's over. Because both of these guys, they are truly, they've had some wars, man. Now, and Ponzinibbio being the only Argentinian MMA fighter, That might be different now. I think they might have added one, but for the longest time, that was the only guy. He was Mr. Argentina for a very, very long time. Man, I really like that guy because of that. You know, you had Brazilians all over the place. You don't see a lot of Argentinians with a lot of success in MMA, and you know, there's a weird kind of nation-state rivalry between those two countries. But then you got fucking Kevin Holland, and the thing is that if you got a superhero walking the streets, and his name ain't John Jones, is Kevin Holland. Because the guy runs after, what was it, like a purse snatcher or some shit like that. But some kind of nonsense had fucking happened, like when he was walking out of some restaurant or something like that. And chased the dude down and fucking grabbed and put his hands on him.
Didn't they say that shit could have potentially been staged? The John Jones thing.
Which John Jones thing?
The John Jones thing where he was like fucking when Albuquerque was kind of having
he's walking through. He's carrying a pipe, walking through the streets of Albuquerque.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
That just might be some weird thing in my brain. Kevin Holland though, that dude a real superhero.
That guy
absolutely
is a superhero.
Right.
Yeah,
I believe him.
And,
I believe in him.
And
this motherfucker needs a win.
And they both have to get that win. But you can't. So. Whoever loses this, I think we're going to see a retirement. And that's unfortunate because, man, I've only just recently become a Kevin Holland fan.
Let's see, Ponzinibbio is 36. That's getting there.
Dude's been in some wars, man.
Split loss to Jeff Neal. Forgot about that one. Split loss to Pajeda.
Yeah.
And knocked out Alex Morano his last one, which was at catchweight.
But Ponzinibbio, that guy's had some fucking fights now.
Yeah, I like his chances. Kevin Holland, I guess, just hits a time where these fucking fighters just stop doing what they were doing. That last Kevin Holland fight was a weird one.
Yeah, a little bit.
More with Stephen Thompson.
Yeah.
It was more focused on like jaw jacking in the octagon. Every time he get kicked leg, that was a good leg kick, bro. And it would just keep happening and happening and happening.
That's what happens if you had two faces in one ring, huh?
Yeah, man, just get in there and fucking fight, please.
And I was actually looking forward to that one because I thought, we're finally going to see Kung Fu versus Karate, And I don't think we got that.
We
really
saw the proverbial chopping down of the cherry tree to the point where that dude couldn't fight anymore. He fucking actually feigned retirement after that loss.
Yeah. That's why I think
I have a big problem with that too. That's a cry for attention.
Yeah. But I think if that dude gets a loss tomorrow, I think that's probably it for him, huh?
Yeah, he's got enough charisma. He might be able to make money elsewhere or fight elsewhere. But if he retires and still got fight on that contract, then he ain't going nowhere.
No. Well, and that's the other thing too. I don't know how their contract situation is. So maybe I should stop talking shit, huh?
135. Middle of the card, we got Rob Font going against Adrian Yanez.
Now that's where you usually put your fluffer fight in. Either the second or the third fight in.
Yeah.
You try to start getting a little warmed up, get you a little lubricated, get you a little moist. So
and the weird moments when your fluffer fight fucking overperforms and makes your co-main look like a piece of shit.
They have a potential of this being the case.
Absolutely.
Fucking Yanez does not put on a fucking bad fight. Neither does Rob Font.
I think outside the main event, this could be the fight of the night.
No, that's valid. This very well could be. I think it very well could be.
Yep.
And this is the one that's supposed to be kind of your throwaway, and it is not. That's a hell of a matchup right there.
I like Yanez in it.
Yeah.
But I don't think if I was a betting man, I wouldn't bet on either of them. I'd just be watching that fight for the sheer enjoyment of it all.
If I was a bet man, I'd put my money on Rob Font. I think his skills all around, his wrestling and his fucking striking are both great.
See, it's because of opinions like this that Vegas makes money.
Yeah. Well, could be.
Your co-main event of the evening, staunch Donald Trump supporter, potential felon, all-around fucking asshole, Jorge Masvidal, going against Gilbert Burns. There are a lot of fighters that I've just said, like, you know what, man? Fucking whatever. You are – I hear you talking more than I see you doing anything. Unless you're fucking assaulting a man outside of a restaurant while wearing a mask.
Oh, was he wearing a mask?
Yeah.
I thought
it was COVID, brother. COVID right by a restaurant.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
and I just like, God damn, man. Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Masvidal's damaged goods.
You
huh?
go and shoot guns with the Chechen warlords' fucking children and train them to be
is he
great
doing that
fighters.
with Gaethje and Cejudo?
No, my point is like, if you're doing that, you're dead to me.
Oh.
If you're just fucking out here to be exactly what, I mean, he's exactly what he says he is. He's a thug. It's what he is. Game bred, fighting his whole life. But that's how he is all the time.
That guy doesn't know what to fucking do if a wrestler steps in there. And they've actually been throwing a bunch of wrestlers at him, to be honest, here lately. But
Well, shit. And I mean, Gilbert Burns is a guy that can kind of do both.
yeah.
Striking, I feel like if it's not even, Masvidal has the advantage
Sure.
for the first round. Anything after that, I don't know.
I don't know. Masvidal planked that one stooge from Liverpool.
Well, I thought I was going to say Askren, but Till.
Yeah.
No, the formerly employed. Yeah, I don't know. This is actually one where I'm really
Did Darren Till get cut?
He asked for his release and got it.
Wow.
Yeah, apparently trying to make himself better or something.
No, he has this weird inflated opinion of who he is, and
He is unemployed now. He's a
Yeah.
bum. He's a trash bum.
what a dummy.
Well, that head hit that canvas real hard when Masvidal knocked him out.
That guy got some CTE.
Ain't never been the same after that fight.
No.
There are fights that change you. Ben Askren, well, no, that motherfucker was already on his way out, but
Yeah.
it just fucking made it happen quicker. Fights change you like that.
Right. I like Gilbert Burns in that fight.
Yeah, that's what, and that's actually one where I'm rooting for. I'm rooting for Gilbert Burns.
All right,
murder.
I don't know. I'm not going to root against Masvidal.
I'm good. I am good on the Masvidal shit. And he's already talking like, man, this might be it after I,
that's fine too.
I might retire after this one. Like, fuck, then just go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Who are you, Motley Crue? We're done. We're done. No, we're just getting rid of the old guy. You know that Mick Mars. That's the guy. Yeah. It ain't John. Well, yeah, John Five.
The only reason that
fuck
fucking
that shit.
band stayed together. Ugh, that'd be great.
Goddamn. We got a main event.
I want to see the day when they have to bow down and beg CeCe DeVille to come in and be their guitar player.
And I want it to be the CeCe DeVille that's bald with a kick-ass beard.
Right. Looking
That's
like,
the one I
looking
want.
like Ming the Merciless.
Looking like Woody Harrelson living in captivity. That's what I want. What I also want is for this main event to be... if it's exactly like the last fight, I'd be totally fine with that.
Okay.
As far... I mean, not just because of the result, but because it was a great fucking fight.
Yeah.
It's the first Israel Adesanya fight I'd enjoyed in a long time.
Yeah, you got Alex Pereira against Israel Adesanya. And Adesanya's now lost 3 times to this guy, once in the UFC.
Yeah, twice in kickboxing.
Yeah. So this is going to be the second one here in the UFC. That's kind of a hard one for Dana if Israel loses, right?
Yeah, well, no, man, fucking Dana, that dude's fucking heroin right now is title rematches.
Yeah.
We're getting Nunes and Pena 3.
Which we should.
Why? Fuck that. I don't. It doesn't matter. The bantamweight division is officially
I thought it was
clogged
bullshit.
up like a shit
I thought it was
turd.
bullshit that they ran that one back as fast as they did for Amanda Nunes. Well, at least they're finally.
And then
giving
she
us-
wants like, I got the belt back. I'll see you bitches in a year.
Yeah.
Not interested. Right. And like really, the women's division. As soon as Valentina lost that title, I'm like, ooh, God, I don't know, guys.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm a big fan of watching women fight anymore. It's just too much.
Yeah, I get it.
I might be agreeing with a fucking listener here.
Right. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think Alex Pereira is going to do that fight will run back. I'm going to predict it's going to run back exactly the same as it did the first fight.
I don't see how the outcome is different because the interesting thing is essentially every time that Alex Pereira has won kickboxing or MMA, it happens generally pretty late. Gets late into the later round or however late their clocks are in fucking kickboxing because I know it's different.
I think it's 3 minutes. I think it's similar to a boxing match.
Yeah, but I mean, but each time, I think one was a decision, but another I think was a TKO. I want to say
The second one was a decision.
Yeah,
The first one was a finish.
but they go a little deep. which
Sure.
means that Alex Bejeda, who's basically a fucking the size of a light heavy.
He's a heavyweight at 185.
Yeah.
This is like the Brazilian Rumble Johnson.
Pretty much. You
This
know.
motherfucker trying to hit welterweight. Ooh.
This guy, I think this guy gets this defense if he does, and I think that's it. He moves up to fucking light heavy. Has to.
Yeah.
Has to. He's fucking huge.
Just fucking basically like beat Adesanya again. And then just be like, I'm not going to fight at 185 anymore and just give the belt to Adesanya. Be like, here you go, bro.
There you go.
You're the next best.
Yeah. Give him
Clearly.
a pat on the head.
Motherfucker wearing a dog collar to a press conference. Unbelievable.
They're just
I'm a
motherfuckers.
dog.
They're just motherfuckers that live on this planet that you can't beat. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Fuck yeah. Cody Garbrandt, TJ Dillashaw. He might have been cheating. He may have been. He fucking may have been. Let's see. Figueiredo actually beat Moreno. It was fucking a decision. Or Morano, whatever the fuck.
No, it was Moreno.
But whenever he fucking won, they were finishes. Except for that draw. Who fucking else? There's not a lot. Goddamn. I know there's more out there.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think Joanna Jędrzejczyk would have ever beaten Zhang Weili. First time beat her to look like a Klingon. The second time spinning back fist her into oblivion and retirement.
yeah.
Yeah, they're just people you can't beat. Look at Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Can't beat the Niners.
Man, or Dallas and anytime in the postseason.
Yeah, they're just beating off themselves.
Well,
But overall-
we'll go deep on the NFL, by the way, sometime, but it's probably July or August at the earliest. But
Yeah, it's going to be a fucking focus.
starting to already get a little interested in what's going to happen next year, which is good because I haven't been really excited about the NFL in a long time. Give me a product I can root for. They're finally getting off their ass and doing it. And by that, I mean the Vikings actually are starting to get some wins once in a while. So
Motherfuckers were the only undefeated team in football there for a little bit.
yeah,
Till they weren't.
it happens sometimes. Yeah. Shit. Well, you want to go ahead and call her a day?
Yeah. Do we do picks anymore?
Do we do those anymore?
Do
is
we?
Is that in vogue?
Is that the other thing? Is that the other thing that we don't do?
Well, we're drinking Budweiser as usual, right?
And I'm drinking Budweiser and smoking weed and
It's birth month, so I'm back to the Budweiser on occasion.
birth month.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous term, sir.
No, so it's okay. But that means I'm starting to break with some of my more prohibitionary ways.
Technically, this is the first day of birth week.
Well, that too.
And birth week, I feel, is the one that weighs more than birth month. Birth month is the prep. Birth week is the sprint. Birthday is the funeral.
Well, we'll see how she goes, huh? But anyways, well, I know we drink Budweisers, and what are we listening to? I don't know. I always get on. I get on this kick. It's in my playlist for fucking birthdays and shit like that. And
I'll be listening
And
to
it
the
is,
voices in my head.
well, and it's Iron Maiden, so wasted years and what the fuck, huh? We'll be back in a couple weeks and do the same shit over again. And Krista, hopefully be with us next time around.
72 seasons! Oh, God, I can't wait!
Be talking about that, huh? Yeah. Fuck off.